Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And did you know that my button is not working again?
No!
We can do it the old-fashioned way. We'll do it this way. Did you know that the Golden Horseshoe Revue was the first stage show at Disneyland, and it opened on July 17th, 1955?
Yeah, I actually did know that.
And that seemed appropriate.
Yeah.
Because Disneyland is not only celebrating its 70th anniversary, but we went to 70 years of favorites this week. So, you know, I was just going with the theme.
Sure.
Yeah, the theme, that thing. What else should people go with as we're getting this show started?
Well, you should subscribe.
No sleep, just telling you this.
Yeah.
Because these events go till 1 a.m. You don't get home till 2, and then you have to start working on coverage. Anyway. What should people do, Katie?
And then you just have a whole day.
Mm-hmm. That's great. You just keep going and going and going.
Or,
and going.
as Walt Disney once said, you keep moving forward.
That is true.
And as we say that, you should keep moving forward to subscribe wherever you are watching us. Preferably YouTube. I don't know where else you would subscribe, or wherever you're listening.
You could do it on Spotify. You could do it on Apple Podcasts.
I feel like we have this
all good.
conversation like once a week. Mm-hmm. Probably roughly every Tuesday night.
That's what I'm here for.
8:30 to p.m. Also, go to dapsmagic.com/dapshq. We have a post show to this show called Daps After Dark, which is a whole lot of fun. And then while you're watching the show with us, go on ahead and jump into the comment section. We like to have a fun little party going on. So join us.
There has been a lot going on. In fact, this week was very hard to narrow down, like, what are we going to talk about this week? Because I feel like there's still tons of stuff from the meeting with Thomas Maslam.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was only last week.
We could have gone probably the entire episode on Disney Adventure.
Yeah.
Because
they have escalators.
They have escalators. Honestly, I don't know that I ever thought the conversation would come up about a Disney Cruise Line ship about escalators.
I've never even considered escalators on a cruise ship.
Me either.
Is that a weird thing to say? Then I saw it and I was like, oh, cool.
And is this a common thing? Like, I don't know. I mean,
who's to say?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I also feel like if you've ever waited for an elevator on a cruise ship, an escalator makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because sometimes you wait for, if they're not directional elevators, which we'll see how those work. But sometimes you just watch elevators just
But even then, the directional ones, you still have to
they
wait. Only fit so many people in there. So it is what it is. And we do have a friend that's going on it. So we'll probably have a little bit of information after the maiden voyage. I don't know if it'll make it on the show or not. It'll definitely show up at some point in Daps Magic HQ at the very least, beyond our normal coverage. So we'll see what we can finagle for that, I guess you could say. All right, let's get into this week's show. One of the highlights, I think, of the week was we got more Figment content, and it wasn't even for Festival of the Arts, which is shocking. Because generally, it's
Figment gets a lot of love at Festival of the Arts.
Yes, or Epcot, or Walt Disney World. Who would have ever thought it would be YouTube? But that's where it came from.
Disney
also,
Channel
I believe
animation.
Disney Plus now. But we got a How Not to Draw, where Figment comes off the page in this cute little short. If you've seen them, there's about 8 of them now, I think, where it's taking the conceit of the how to draw characters of Disney and flipping them on their heads. And they end up being very cute and a little bit imaginative, well, quite imaginative, but it's not what you would normally expect. This one easily is my favorite, actually. I'm not even like, it's not might. This one is my favorite.
Yeah.
By far. It brings Figment to life in a way that you just expect. Like, this is what I expect from Figment. Like, it gave me exactly what I would expect. It gave me what I hoped for. It had nods to the attractions. And yes, I said attractions. Sorry.
No, it's accurate.
But there's different parts of it that reminded me of different versions, other than the middle one. But anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love that they used the music. I think his voice was fantastic. What did you think of Figment, How Not to Draw?
I love Figment so much. Therefore, Like, I mean, honestly, like, look, Figment, we have more Figment stuff just, like, around here.
There's some up out of sight over there.
There's some up out of sight over there.
I see 3 from where I'm sitting right now.
I literally sleep with Figment as a little plushie every single night. Okay, I love Figment. This was so beautiful to me because if you've ever heard me talk about the current iteration of Figment's attraction, it's that I don't like that he is like treated like a nuisance, and I don't like that he is a nuisance.
No, because he's supposed to be. He is the inspiration.
He's
He is
whimsical.
Yeah.
And I don't love this like whole, oh, I'm gonna spray skunk at you. No, not my favorite version of Figment. I'm so sorry. But Figment is supposed to be loved. And that's actually what I love with this unseen animator. This unseen animator.
Sounds very much like
somebody over at California Screamin'.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know he was an animator.
Yeah, who knew? But
Have you met Neil?
that's good.
Thanks.
I love that this unseen animator loves Figment as much as we do. And like, yes, Figment is derailing the whole thing, but that's what Figment does. Is
he really derailing it, or is he like taking it to a whole new
Correct.
level? Like he's doing exactly what he's asked to do. I think.
That's what I agree. But the current institute is like, oh, Figment derailed everything, whatever. I will say, what a cute ending. It's magical. It's perfect. I want like a million more Figment shorts.
I also want Disney. This is not something I realized till just this moment. Is I love in this, and I want more of this. The full-on embrace of the power of imagination and how positive that is. Because I don't think that's something that Disney's gotten away from necessarily, but it's not something that they've promoted the way you go back to early Epcot. Like, I think that's one of the things early Epcot does so well, but also just thinking of different shows growing up, quite often imagination was embraced and encouraged. And I think you don't get that as much. And I think that is confining. And you need people to have imagination so that you get the next Figment, so you get the next Mickey Mouse, the next Kermit. Like, you think of the greatest things that come into, you could stick with the Disney world, but you could say the world in general. You have to have that spark of imagination that's like, this is where we're at, this is what could be, and not get stuck on the wall between where you are and where you want to go.
Well, and you talk about it being this like bridge of positivity for imagination. Like, everybody knows the story of Mickey Mouse. It came out of a really devastating failure of losing Oswald. But Walt Disney chose to put creativity first, and that's how Mickey was born. You think of Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog was a jacket, but Jim Henson saw an opportunity to be creative and create something. And it brought me one of the most important quotes that I kind of live by here at Daps Magic, and it's that we have a dream too, and it's about singing and dancing and making people happy.
Other than the dancing part, you can do the dancing.
But no, it's all about like putting on this show and like inspiring and using imagination, and so I think that's part of why Figment is so important to us. And so yeah, just seeing things like this, I'm like, give me 1,000. I would love to see 1 million more little shorts.
I want more than that. I think it's interesting because Bob Iger was asked about a Figment movie last year. I think it was during during one of the financial calls or something. Maybe it was even the shareholder meeting last year. And clearly this was not on his agenda or radar. And he's like, well, maybe we'll do look into his shorts or something. And here we get it. And I really hope enough people watched it that they're like, oh, there's demand for more Figment beyond just the people going to Epcot and buying popcorn buckets. And
or buying all the plush.
So this would be another case, just like with the Muppets, where you should watch it over and over and over again, because that's a way we can tell Disney, hey, we want more of this. Because at the end of the day, as much as Disney is a creative company that's all about storytelling, it uses hard data to decide which stories to tell and what people want. Because at the end of the day, they don't want to make stuff that nobody cares about.
Correct.
And yes, it would be wonderful to think there's a Walt-like person that's sitting somewhere up in Burbank going, oh, I just know this is the story we're going to tell. But that's just not the day we live in anymore. Like, there's probably those kinds of people that speak into things, but I also would tend to guess it's a trust but verify thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that is true, George. And this is the data that we can now quantify that instinct with, or something like that. Anyway, I hope we get more Figment. Watch it if you haven't seen it yet. We also have on our article the original Journey into Imagination that you can watch as well, so you can see origins of Figment and all of that fun stuff.
There's also somebody who's sitting at this table that wrote a really great history of Figment article.
There you go. Yeah,
I love him.
Maybe I'll add it into the show notes if I can find it quickly. Check back tomorrow, or if you're watching this not live, check back now.
He's in my
There we go. All right. Speaking of other things at Walt Disney World beyond Figment, the castle is turning gray again, and it is beautiful, I think. It's probably half-ish done, and it's this beautiful gray with gold trim and blue roofing that's a much more, is it a royal blue, I guess you could call it. And I will admit, part of me was like, I don't know, maybe nostalgia is taking over common sense.
Sure.
Because I do think there is something to be said for the argument of like, oh, gray's going to disappear, especially on a cloudy day or whatever. But Johnny took pictures for us. They're up on the site, and it was not a completely sunny day. And I thought it looked beautiful. Mm-hmm. And they're still like wrapping around to the front, but the backside looks amazing. Mm-hmm. It's like the backside of Waterbed at Castle. What did you think of the paint job so far?
I will say, Itzy, I'm so sorry I love you. You are not public enemy number one to me for loving the pink castle. I do think the pink castle was stunning. But in my perfect world, Cinderella Castle is gray and royal blue, and Sleeping Beauty Castle is pink and like pink.
So that's funny. Pink or of that purplish pink? Because I think of like old school, like Walt Disney.
I can't find a pink that's here, but kind of like this pink, like this soft.
Show
I was
class.
going to show the class. Okay, this like soft,
so close to what it is now.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, it's a little faded now,
but I like that really soft pink.
Okay.
Like the very light, and then I like the darker pink contrasts. To me, Sleeping Beauty Castle is pink. I have Sleeping Beauty Castle tattooed on my arm. It is pink. In my opinion, that's my opinion.
So Cinderella Castle.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's supposed to be gray though, and I like the distinction of one castle being pink. One, make it pink, make it blue. I think that Cinderella Castle looks the most beautiful with this like gray that has like bluish hue to it. I think it complements everything so well. And also there was a picture of Cinderella with her fairy godmother, I think probably from the opening moment thing that happens on her castle. And I was like, oh, this is just correct. Like, it's perfect.
Don't you also think that it will make the projections and the lights at night be that much more magical?
Yes.
It might not actually change that much because the way they paint now, they might have the same ability. But I also kind of think you could go in the course of an evening, and I remember seeing this years ago, where sometimes in the night it was gray and sometimes it was pink. They can change that palette. And I think that'll be very fun to see. It'll also be interesting to see if they have to, we might not ever know this. I wonder if they have to change the projectors for Happily Ever After because the paint color changes. Will that change the vibrance and the tint and the
I saw
temperature?
Something about
I would think it would.
The current projections are calibrated to be on pink.
Yeah, so I bet they've already got that.
Well, there was a photo that I saw that was during Happily Ever After, and you can tell the difference of what is currently painted gray and what is currently painted pink.
Oh, that's cool.
Because of the projections.
Okay.
Which I thought was fascinating.
That I would like to see that. We'll have to find that.
I'll find it.
All right. This last week we went to Knott's Berry Farm after hours, which is always something very unique and special for what we do. So thank you for allowing us to do this. But we were going to a preview for the Knott's Boysenberry Festival. which starts, I believe, on March 13th.
13th
That's
on
correct.
a Friday.
Very exciting, about a week and a half away. And we got to taste a lot of the things that will be offered that are new and hang out with great people and meet characters and all of that fun jazz. And we do have an article up about the 3 things you most want to taste, like you don't want to miss. So check that out. Those are from my perspective. And I might actually change one of them if I were to go back and do it today. Just, after a week, you've had time to think about it, whatever. Let's just hit one thing. What is that one bite from what we tried last week that you would like to have again? I know what mine is, without a doubt.
Boysenberry spicy bulgogi.
Okay.
On rice.
See, and that's the one I was like, maybe that might get dropped from my list.
See, and the one I was almost going to say, and I'm so sorry, this is cheating, I'm basically saying too, is the boysenberry orzo with mushrooms.
Which is funny because that is not the one I was going to say.
Oh, those are my...
So there is, you want to hear what I was going to say?
Mac and cheese.
There is a mac and cheese with, was it brisket? Mm-hmm. And boysenberry sauce, and it was amazing.
It was stunning.
Yes, and I ate it with chopsticks because we lost our fork.
There's a story there.
But Katya was a good sport, and she ate with chopsticks with me because
that's my favorite picture of the night.
Yeah, I should have gotten permission to share it. But maybe we will on Daps Magic HQ. We'll put the... Well, Chris, you can find out and let us know. Maybe Katya's watching too. If you are, just let us know. And happy birthday, Annie. Her birthday was yesterday. So happy 4-year-old Annie.
We love you so much.
Hope you had a fantastic birthday and got everything you wanted.
And
I don't actually know what a 4-year-old would want. But
I sure hope Maleficent didn't show up. And if she tries, I will protect you.
So anyway, Knott's Boysenberry Festival. Fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a delicious year, which is always a highlight. And it's one of my favorite festivals of the year. And I just want more of that mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like Knott's mac and cheese is always good. But whatever they did, the meat was very tender. The sauce there was lots of it.
And
it
the
wasn't
cheese
too
sauce
runny.
was like perfect.
It was fantastic.
And it was like a great noodle. That sounds stupid, but it was a great noodle.
It was all good.
Okay.
Anyway, follow along. We will have more coverage of that in the coming weeks, and you won't want to miss it. The main topic of tonight, however, is Disneyland After Dark, 70 Years of Favorites, which was last night and tomorrow night. And this has, I think there's still tickets for tomorrow night too, if you want to go. But this has a celebration, or this is a celebration of 70 years of the Disneyland Resort. And I say the Disneyland Resort because it's not just Disneyland. It's also Disney California Adventure. It's the whole shebang. And it has, I think, 4 or 5 shows. There's dozens, I think I could say, characters.
Oh, for sure.
And
a handful
food, as you always, and then they have a sweatshirt for the merch this time.
And the photo opportunities.
Which I think is interesting. Oh, and all the photo opportunities. But I think it was interesting. There's only one piece of merchandise that was unique to the thing. And I wonder if that's a trend that they're discovering. But I feel like the merchandise is popular.
Lot.
People were, it was a nice sweatshirt.
It was nice.
If that's the one event you went to, I would get it.
Sure.
Like, I think that it was worth it. But
and it felt very Disneyland.
Exactly. So, favorite unique character from last night of the tons we saw. And I'm sure you can guess what mine's going to be.
Favorite unique character. I am blanking on all the characters I saw, but I loved Tiana in her attraction costume.
There you go. That's a great one.
I think she's magical.
That's a fantastic choice. And she was over in Bayou Country. Mine was obvious. Scrooge and the boys.
Obviously.
They had Scrooge and his 3 nephews in Toontown. And the greatest thing about it, this, it was intentional. So you have the DuckTales crew. So you have the DuckTales
Woo!
crew.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You didn't give me the
And
space
then,
to woo.
I thought you'd do it after I said crew. And then over on the other part of Toontown by Roger Rabbit, you had the Rescue Rangers duo. I was like, they're not a crew, they're a duo because they didn't have the whole crew. But I thought it was really fun that they were coming out and bringing. They're just so perfect in Toontown, like all of them, especially Scrooge and the boys, but like Rescue Rangers as well.
It feels very Disneyland or Disney Afternoon.
Yeah, it was great. I loved seeing Aladdin and Jasmine and Abu in the entrance of Adventureland. King Louie and Baloo were in Adventureland as well.
They were not in their tailspin costumes,
which I realized kind of makes more sense if they're in Adventureland.
Adventureland.
Because after we had that discussion last night, I was like, well, if they're going to be in their tailspin costumes, they should be in Toontown.
But
like
I loved them in Adventureland where they were.
Yeah, it was great.
I thought the backdrop was perfect.
It was right in front of the kind of like between Tiki Room and Jungle Tropical Hideaway. Yeah, but great characters, lots of them. If you're going tomorrow night, choose your characters wisely, because even though I don't think it was sold out last night, there were still long lines. Mother and Father, also from Carousel of Progress, definitely should get an honorable mention.
If you want to see the whirly bugs,
get in line early.
Get in line. Well,
actually, by the night though, as the night went, it looked like the line got shorter.
But also, you want to see them at night. Like, you want to see them when it's dark.
Just prioritize and choose wisely, and don't do it like we do, because we're literally trying to get as much coverage for you as we possibly can. And I will be posting it for the rest of my life, probably. They also had, so for entertainment, they had a castle moment. They had a swing band in Royal Theater. They had Tapestry of Happiness, which is the same Tapestry of Happiness during the day, but the projections before and after it are 70th themed, which were very cute.
Line dancing.
Videopolis, line dancing with Woody and Jesse, and then they had Songs of Magic. And
Sounds of Magic.
Sounds of Magic, yeah. And I would say the highlight was probably Sounds of Magic. Videopolis was fun if you were really into Videopolis. I also felt like I really wanted to have the video cameras still there. Like, I was a little bit, I was like, oh, they missed the video. They have all the screens. Like,
because when Videopolis came back for 80s night, they did.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the one thing that I wish, like, that would have put it over the top.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, if you're going tomorrow night, be flexible with your timing, because it didn't seem like everything was happening exactly when things said they were going to. So like one show started early, other shows started late, or weren't at the times it said at all. So I don't know if it'll be accurate or not. Just bring your patience.
Yeah.
The one thing that did start exactly on time though was Sounds of Magic.
It sure did.
And so this had kind of, I guess their premise for this was, it had some of the show-stopping numbers from shows of the Disneyland Resort through the years. So they chose Beauty and the Beast live, Frozen live at the Hyperion, Tiana's Showboat Jubilee, Tale of the Lion King, and most importantly, Animazement. And I thought this was a very fun show. I also thought it was a really good show that was on the cusp of being really great.
Sure.
And like, I had no problems with it. It was fun. It was, I think you could hear people singing along and giggling and clapping and like all of that stuff. I also think Disney has locked into, hey, we're going to get this vocal group and they're just going to do music that's appropriate for whatever Disneyland After Dark is coming next. Can't wait to see what they do with Star Wars. True.
It's valid.
So my question being, if you were the producer or I were the producer for Sounds of Magic, what show would you create? Because there is a wide range of music to pull from. Like, you could do, as we started the show with, Golden Horseshoe Review, which that was also something I would have added to the lineup. Is when they did the Golden Horseshoe Review a few years ago, that was one of the best things that I can remember at Disneyland. And that was so fun to see that come back. And I believe the lady that starred in it was in the swing band singing last night.
That was actually Sweethearts Night last year.
No, I mean the one before this. This was a comeback.
Yes,
that they did for, like, that was fun too, and that was also a different person.
Yes.
But I would love to see that. There's a couple things, like, if they'd have brought that in last night for 2 nights only, that would sell. Like, you would never have to worry about selling Disneyland After Dark tickets again. Everything would sell out, because that would bring in, I would say this skewed younger. Like, it was kind of like Videopolis, maybe a little bit older, but But for the most part, like the music skewed younger, the characters were a little bit newer ish, and that's fine. Like it was great. But if you were doing Sounds of Magic, and let's see, I think there was 5 segments. Is that what I counted?
Yeah.
Oh, Circle of Life also from.
Well, that was Tale of the Lion King.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you choose?
So here's my premise. Here's my pitch. Hear me out. I was saying that I think what was holding this show back is that a lot of the things that were picked didn't. My gut instinct for these songs was not Disneyland Resort. So,
agreed.
Circle of Life. Yes, it is Tale of the Lion King. My brain doesn't go there first. My brain goes to the Lion King.
Or the Lion King Parade.
Or the Lion King Parade. But my brain doesn't go there. Frozen. My brain doesn't go to Frozen Live at the Hyperion. So I wanted to pick songs that were central to
the Disneyland Resort.
The Disneyland Resort.
That you think of Disneyland, bam, this is it.
I would open with The Wonderful World of Color.
Okay.
Because I think that is an homage to the show as well as World of Color. Because World of Color
is TV show and water show.
Yep. So boom, boom. Okay.
Yep.
2 great nods. I also would throw in Step Into the Magic from Disneyland 60th.
Okay.
Because I think Step Into the Magic is
great song.
Excellent song. I also would throw in Mickey and the Magical Map.
Sure.
Because I think that is very fun, very excellent. What was the... Okay, so I know that this does have a movie. Okay? But I actually think that for most Disney fans, this has a stronger park. And that is...
So what is it?
Welcome to Our Family Time.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, I think that's great.
I know it's from Brother Bear. I think everybody associates it with... And I think that I would have loved to see... It's 4 singers. I would have loved to see a Dapper Dan.
So as you were speaking...
Something.
So I've had several takes at this as I've been thinking about it today. Is as you were speaking, I'm like, the way to really do this is to go look back at the Disneyland medley from either the Dapper Dans or the Disneyland Band.
Or Disneyland Resort All American College Band.
Which basically is where the Disneyland Band is.
Yes.
And so there was a couple of... I have 3 options for an opener.
Okay.
One of them being Welcome to Our Family Time, which we already know they know. Because didn't they do that for Pride Night or something?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that one. So maybe not that. I'm going to discount that one because it was that.
Okay. Oh.
To be unique from you, instead of World of Color, I'm going to say you do a Disney Parade medley as your opener.
Okay.
And
what are you
this
putting in
opens with the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Ooh.
It includes, so it might actually have Welcome to Your Family Time. It includes Parade of Dreams. It includes Paint the Night. Like, whatever something.
Chills.
A little Soundsational in there. And you could even throw in some of like the cavalcade stuff that we all know. Like, there's your opener. It's huge. It's blockbuster. It's, knock him out of the park.
Absolutely.
So from there, you've hit the parades.
Okay.
Then you're now going to go to Disneyland attractions.
Ooh, okay.
So then you can hit your Pirates of the Caribbean, your Haunted Mansion, your Small World, kind of the ones that everybody knows, with maybe a little surprise here or there, like maybe you do a little Wind in the Willows music from Mr. Toad or Dumbo, because you got some stuff in there that you can pull from Fantasyland. Definitely Carousel of Progress, and maybe even throw in, I don't know exactly what it would be, and maybe it's just doing, just singing without words, something Star Wars. But basically, this is, if you're thinking of Remember Dreams Come True years ago, you're thinking of going around the park and taking people on that musical tour. So that's section 2 of the show. This is not a 5-part section because I think all of these are a little bit longer in terms of songs. Then section 3 is your Kiss Goodnight. Actually, this could be a real show. Disney, call me.
I think it's
I'm saying
excellent.
I think this could pass a pitch session. But section 3 is your kiss goodnight. You're pulling from all of the kiss goodnights through the years that Disneyland has had. And I would focus on Disneyland, not also Disney California Adventure. And so you can pick your choice. There's Magic in the Stars. There's Disneyland Forever. There's Wondrous Journeys. There's Remember Dreams Come True. There's Fantasy in the Skies, which opens up a whole new thing. But you really hit that, and maybe start with the Starlight, Starbright for Starseed Tonight. Go into the whole thing, and that's how you wrap this thing up. And if you get the right arranger for that, if it was 20, 30 years ago, I'd be like, oh, you get a Bruce Healey to do this.
Yeah.
This is a home run. And I guarantee you people would sell out for this show or for this night just for this show, because that is what a Disney fan wants. And it would be a home run.
I also want to hear Phantasmic.
Yeah, I think you could. That's part of the Kiss Goodnight. Yeah.
In your imagination. Speaking
Definitely
of imagination.
Definitely could. Speaking of imagination, we ran over. Shame on us. Anyway, let us know what your 70 years of favorites show would be if you were coming up with your own sounds of magic. And remember,
Dreams come true.
the concept for this is 4 singers on a barge in the rivers of America.
Yes.
So make sure you don't miss any of that. And let us know what you think it should be in the comments below. But we are running out of time. Katie, what should people do?
Just go to dapsmagic.com. Check out all the Disney and positive stuff as it happens. Subscribe to our mailing list. And also go to dapsmagic.com/dapshq. We've got a post show for this show. We also got a lot of other fun things that I really don't want to spoil, because you kind of, if you know, you know.
Just got to be there.
The girls that got to get it.
I don't know what that means, but you just got to be there. Anyway, also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see all of the videos that are going up from Disneyland After Dark, 70 years of favorites. We also have Food and Wine Festival videos that will be going up later this week. And then we'll have Boysenberry after that, because it's just going to keep going, along with another event that I will be covering next week that I'm not telling you about yet. So you won't want to miss that either. But that is all the time we have for you this week. We will see you around the corner.
Bye.